Have you ever dared to stare into a mirror in the dark and whisper her name? Who is the real Bloody Mary behind the chilling tales and sleepless nights? Today, we unravel the true story of Bloody Mary, exploring eerie legends and historical truths. From royal intrigues to sinister accusations, discover how the myths align with the lives of historical figures like Queen Mary I and Elizabeth Bathory. Curious to learn more about this haunting figure? Keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more mysterious histories and dark folklore. As a child, you might have been dared to summon the figure known as Bloody Mary. The challenge was simple. Stand in a softly lit bathroom, gaze into the mirror, and repeat her name 3 times. If done correctly, the legend claimed a woman would appear in the mirror. Sometimes she might be holding a dead baby. Other times, she might appear alone, merely staring back. However, tales suggest that on rare occasions, she might leap out from the mirror to scratch or even kill the summoner. But was there any truth to the Bloody Mary legend? While the story itself is likely a blend of myth and superstition, historical figures have been associated with the Bloody Mary lore. These include Queen Mary I of England, often referred to as Bloody Mary for her harsh religious persecutions, as well as a Hungarian noblewoman and a notorious witch accused of child murder. Each of these figures contributes elements to the chilling tale we know today. The real Bloody Mary. The legend of Bloody Mary is often linked to a queen who shared this infamous nickname due to her brutal actions. Known as Bloody Mary, she was infamous for executing approximately 280 Protestants by burning during her reign as Queen of England. Born on February 18, 1516, at Greenwich Palace in London, Mary was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Initially, Mary was an unlikely candidate for the throne because her father was determined to have a male successor. Throughout her childhood, King Henry was obsessed with securing a male heir. During Mary's teenage years, her father caused a major scandal across Europe by annulling his marriage to her mother. He declared the marriage both illegal and incestuous because Catherine had previously been married to his brother. King Henry VIII's desire to marry Anne Boleyn led him to divorce Catherine, marry Anne, and in a dramatic break with the Catholic Church, established the Church of England. This set the stage for Mary's tumultuous rise to power and her later actions that would earn her the nickname Bloody Mary. Mary's status was dramatically altered when she was declared illegitimate and downgraded from princess to lady, leading to her separation from her mother. She never accepted the declaration that her parents' marriage was illegal or that her father was the head of the Church of England. Throughout her life, Mary observed her father, King Henry VIII, marry repeatedly. Following the execution of Anne Boleyn, he married Jane Seymour, who died in childbirth. His subsequent marriage to Anne of Cleves was short-lived, ending in divorce. He then married Catherine Howard, whom he executed on questionable charges. His 6th wife, Catherine Parr, was the only one to outlive him. Despite the marital upheavals, Henry achieved his long-desired male heir through his 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, who gave birth to Edward VI. Edward VI's reign was brief, lasting only 6 years before his death. He tried to pass the crown to his Protestant cousin, Lady Jane Grey. However, Mary seized the opportunity to claim her rightful place. In 1553, she led an army to London, and with significant support, ascended to the throne while Lady Jane Grey was executed. It was during her time as queen that Mary earned the notorious nickname Bloody Mary. Mary focused on reinstating Catholicism in England as one of her primary goals when she became queen. She married Philip II of Spain, quelled a Protestant uprising, and reversed several anti-Catholic policies established by her father and half-brother. In 1555, she intensified her efforts by reinstating the Heretico Comdirendo law, which mandated the burning of heretics at the stake. Mary believed these severe measures would serve as a stark warning and persuade Protestants to convert back to Catholicism. Initially, She envisioned that a limited number of executions would suffice. She advised her council that these actions should be carried out in such a way that the public would see them as justified, helping them recognize the truth and deterring similar dissent. Despite resistance from Protestants, Mary's reign from 1555 to her death in 1558 was marked by the execution of nearly 300 Protestants, who were burned at the stake. Among those executed were high-profile religious leaders such as Thomas Cranmer, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and Bishops Hugh Latimer and Nicholas Ridley, alongside many ordinary citizens, often impoverished. John Foxe, a Protestant historian, documented these events. In his 1563 publication, The Acts and Monuments, commonly known as Foxe's Book of Martyrs, he detailed the ordeals and deaths of these Protestant martyrs, including illustrations. Mary's harsh measures against Protestants cemented her legacy and the moniker Bloody Mary. This notorious reputation contributes to the belief that she is the figure behind the chilling legend. The legend of Bloody Mary often includes a narrative where she is associated with a baby, either accompanying her or being searched for by her. In some tales, those who invoke her might provoke her by claiming, "I stole your baby," or "I killed your baby." This element of the story has a contextual background. Apart from her infamous executions, Mary had another pressing concern during her reign, her desire to conceive an heir. At 37 years old, when she ascended to the throne, Mary was eager to start a family. She announced her pregnancy shortly after marrying Philip, and for a time, she showed signs of pregnancy. However, her expected delivery date passed without the birth of a child. Rumors circulated, particularly at the French court, suggesting that Mary had given birth to a mole or a lump of flesh, hinting at a possible molar pregnancy, a medical condition known as a hydatidiform mole, which mimics pregnancy symptoms but results in no viable fetus. Mary passed away in 1558 at the age of 42, likely from uterine or ovarian cancer, leaving no children behind. Her death paved the way for her Protestant half-sister, Elizabeth, to ascend the throne, solidifying Protestantism's influence in England. Despite Mary's harsh legacy, historical comparisons show that she was not the most severe ruler in her family. The Smithsonian points out that her father, King Henry VIII, executed up to 72,000 of his subjects, while her sister, Elizabeth I, executed 183 Catholics using brutal methods. Yet, it was Mary who was singularly dubbed Bloody Mary. This label may have been influenced by sexism or her position as a Catholic queen in a predominantly Protestant country, contributing to her notorious reputation and association with the legend. However, Mary is not the only woman who might have inspired this chilling tale. There are two other historical figures speculated to have inspired the Bloody Mary legend. The first is Mary Worth, often depicted as a witch whose existence remains uncertain. Her story is shadowed in mystery. She is rumored to have enchanted children, abducted them, and then murdered them to use their blood in rituals to maintain her youth. When her crimes were discovered, she was burned at the stake. As the flames consumed her, she is said to have cursed those present, declaring that anyone who dared to utter her name before a mirror would summon her vengeful spirit. The second figure is Elizabeth Bathory, a Hungarian noblewoman infamous for her alleged brutality. She is accused of killing hundreds of young girls and women, purportedly to bathe in their blood as a means to preserve her own beauty and youth. Both of these chilling tales contribute to the rich tapestry of lore surrounding the figure of Bloody Mary in folklore. According to the Lake County Journal, Mary Worth was actually from Wadsworth, Illinois, and was involved in a notorious activity known as the Reverse Underground Railroad. Bob Jensen, a paranormal investigator and leader of Lake County's Ghostland Society, explained that she would deceitfully bring in slaves, promising them freedom, only to send them back to the South for a profit. Jensen also mentioned that Mary engaged in cruel practices, torturing and killing escaped slaves as part of her alleged ritualistic activities. When local townspeople discovered what she was doing, they executed her, with reports suggesting she was either burned at the stake or lynched because of her horrific deeds. While the reality of Mary Worth is uncertain, the existence of Elizabeth Bathory is well documented. A Hungarian noblewoman, Bathory was officially accused of murdering at least 80 young girls and women between 1590 and 1610. It was rumored that she subjected her victims to horrific tortures, such as sewing their lips together, beating them with clubs, and burning them with hot irons. Allegations also suggested that she bathed in the blood of her victims to preserve her youth. During her trial, one witness claimed to have seen a diary where Bathory recorded her victims' names. However, the diary reportedly contained not 80, but 650 names, indicating a much larger scale of atrocities. This has led many to view her as a plausible inspiration for the Bloody Mary legend. However, some defenders argue that the charges were exaggerated or fabricated due to political motives, noting that the king owed significant debts to her late husband. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed unraveling the mysteries of Bloody Mary with us, please like this video and leave a comment with your thoughts or any questions you might have. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Dive deeper into history's shadows with us and explore more tales that time almost forgot.